So I'm going to tell you how I've managed to stay consistent in the gym for over 10 years. And that's by truly understanding the difference between standards and goals. Now most people understand the goals. The goal is to get strong, healthy and fit. And everybody knows that the goal is at the top. But what most people fail to have is the standard. And the standard is the bottom. And that's why most people see inconsistencies in the gym, and why you see people going from 6 weeks hitting the gym hard, and then 6 weeks later they're just not training anymore. Then they'll try again, they'll stop and start. That's because they have no bottom foundation. So what I always find super important is really having that standard and setting a standard for myself. So for myself, like now I'm going to walk on the beach. I do a 10k steps every single day as a minimum standard. And my goal is 15, but a minimum is 10,000 steps a day. And I always get them because that's my minimum standard. It's not a goal for me. So that's what I always make sure is really important for me, is just setting a standard for myself. And that's with my food. My standard is healthy food. So when I deviate from that, then it's not me doing my norm, it's just strange. I'm eating unhealthy food, it's a burger, it's weird. And I do enjoy a burger every now and then, but that's not my standard. My standard is the healthy food. So setting a standard for myself has helped me stay consistent and have that bottom foundation so I never slip. It's getting into that mindset reframe of goals are what I want and standards are what I already have. So standards are just a set minimum of what you need. So for example, when I go to the gym, even if I'm super tired, and most people have seen the times I go to the gym, it's late because I am just busy. So my standard is I have to live a certain level of weight. I will not drop from that because that's just my standard, and that keeps myself in check, most importantly. And that's what's been really useful for me. And again, when it comes to the food, it's just keeping that standard of healthy food. And my norm, my default is eating good healthy food, and my standard is around about 80%. So as long as 80% of my food is healthy, then I'm in a good place. Whereas most people's standard, they don't even have one. So they just eat here and there, there's no structure to it. You're just flowing in the wind. And that's why you have no structure, and that's why you're struggling to achieve your goals and struggling to stay in shape, because you don't have that set standard for yourself. So yeah, it's just one thing that's been super important for me in terms of just staying healthy and sticking to my goals over such a long period of time. And I don't think it takes an extreme mentality or a tough mindset to achieve this. I really simplify it, like normalize it. Let's flip it on its head, right? So let's just say, for me, I eat 80% healthy food and 20% is unhealthy or maybe isn't the best. And that's like weird for me. The flip side of that is you're eating, let's just say 50% healthy and 50% bad. That means 50% of the stuff you're eating is not good for you. That's more weird, or less than 50% for most. Most of the food you're intaking every single day is not even good for you. How can you feel energized? How can you feel good when the literal fuel you're putting into your body is not good fuel? It makes almost no sense. So when you flip it, it almost sounds strange. So it's very normal to eat healthy rather than it being, you shouldn't be trying to eat healthy or eating healthy, you're just eating. And then the bad food is like the weird food. And I really believe that the truest form of self-love is being healthy and fit. And let's just look into your own life, for example, and really look. Is your standard for yourself the best you can do? Is looking down and seeing a belly that you don't want? Or looking at your arms and seeing arms that are jiggling more than you know that they should? Is that the best you can do? That's the standard that you're setting for yourself, and you call that self-love? That's not self-love. Self-love is fueling yourself with good food. Fueling yourself and going to the gym is the best you can do, the standard for yourself, the standard for your one life. Walking around and feeling out of breath from just simple bits of exercise, that's it. I don't believe that, and I know you don't either. So I truly believe that the sand is hot. I had to cut it because the sand was sauté on my feet. But a standard is a game changer. Goals are great, but standards are better, and that's the message for today.